Hey everyone, this is Katie. I just wanted to go over the Blue Letter Bible website to give you an idea of how to use it so you can use it in your Bible study. One thing to note is there is an app with Blue Letter Bible, but it's super hard to use. So I recommend doing this on a web browser, either on your computer. I've also used it on a tablet. It works well there, but just don't use the app. Go to the website. So we go to blueletterbible.org, and then up here at the top, we can search by word or we can search a specific verse. So let's just search James 1, 2 through 4, and then hit enter. And then on this page, you can see this is the Bible. So I would scroll down and see, I'm going to do a word study on endurance. So we'll go to James 1, 4, and I click James 1, 4. And you can see it drops down the words all individualized. And then I want to, my word is endurance. And so I want to click on the Strong's number. Now this brings up the page of what that Greek word means. Now you can click it and you can hear this guy pronounce it, which is kind of cool. And you can see the part of speech. It's a feminine noun. I just skip over this stuff. I don't know Greek. It looks all Greek to me. And then the translations count. I can see that 29 times this Greek word is translated as patience. So that's kind of interesting. And then patient waiting, like that's also interesting. Biblical usage. This is the definitions of how it's used within the Bible. And then Strong's definition. So that's the definition of the Greek word. So you can see that right there. I skip over this lexicon thing. I don't really know what that is. And then down to the concordance. So you can see this Greek word is used 32 times in 31 verses in the original Greek. So then I can scroll through. And remember, I want to print this. So you can print it up at the top. But I want to print it so then I have that copy for my journal. And then I can just look at, okay, it's in Luke chapter 8, verse 15. So then I could read, that looks like the parable of the good soil. So I can go to my Bible, my physical Bible, open it up and read it. And then I can just scroll down and see all the places that word, that Greek word, shows up in the original text. Now, remember, the Old Testament is written in Hebrew and the New Testament is written in Greek. So this just shows me the Greek word. So if I want to know endurance in the Old Testament, I'm going to go up to the top to the search and I'm going to type in endurance, hit enter. So now this will show me through the whole Bible. And it actually just shows up in the New Testament. That's very interesting. So there you have it. But let's try a different word. Let's try worry. That also just shows up in the New Testament. We'll try redeem. All right, here's the Old Testament. All right, so let's look at redeem. We'll do Ruth chapter 3. So I'm clicking the verse. I click the verse again. And then that shows me the individualized words with the Hebrew word. So you can see some of these, you see how that says phrase? Hebrew words, Hebrew and Greek, they combined multiple English words together. So sometimes it says phrase, sometimes it's just a word. But we're going to click the H Strong's number. So now this is the Hebrew word. So it's the same layout as before. We do have the translations count. You can see all the different ways that this is translated, the definitions, and then everywhere that Hebrew word shows up in the Old Testament. And then you can scroll through and take a look at those verses in your biblical study. So that's how you use Blue Letter Bible. It can be a little confusing. There's a lot on the page. So I just encourage you to go slow, maybe talk to somebody else, use it together, and just continue to dig into the word and do those word studies.